today. What up? Welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. Got another great one for y'all today. What up, Twitch? Twitch is already live and active. I made sure they were live and active first. I got Twitch. Let me make sure we sent it over here. Twitch, YouTube, what it do? It's pre-recorded, by the way. So, just FYI. Hey, mama. I'm gonna call you after. I had a busy morning. But I'm gonna call you after this. What up, YouTube? Make sure you like, follow, subscribe if you don't already do so. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Wendy girl. My girl from, the Ham. Miss coming to you from my hot fries, girl. And who else? IG, of course. My IG family. Like I said, we got a good one today. I'm just waiting for some more folks to roll up in here so we can get this conversation going. Hey, Wendy girl. Are you still at the McDonald's? That was my favorite McDonald's too, by the way. Oh my God, I used to go there every day after work. Hey, Miss Lattimore. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. Alright, like I said, welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. We do this every day. Well, it's supposed to be an hour, but we start at 2. What up, IG? What up, YouTube? YouTube, once again, like, subscribe, follow, and Twitch. Alright, I'm ready to get this started. Got my tea today so I don't go into a coughing fit because I'm still trying to battle this cold. Wendy said, I just had foot surgery. Miss you though. Oh, Wendy. Praying for a speedy recovery for you, sis. Praying for a speedy recovery. All right, let's get into it. So I got this from social media, and I need to know if this stepmom overstepped her boundaries. So here we go. My fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. She said, I'm taken aback. I ain't never heard nobody say that word till I had a coworker that I used to work with that said that word. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I questioned why I should discuss this matter with her when her father already had given his consent. What up, baby Brock? Am I wrong? So did this stepmama overstep her boundaries? And I'll read it again. And then I'll get into the text message exchange. So did this stepmom overstep her boundaries? So it reads like this. My fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter. Hi, Naka Valley. Welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. Specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should have to discuss this matter with her when her father already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then the text exchange went like this. And for my new folks who just joined, is this stepmother out of pocket? Did she overstep her boundaries? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, mama. Let me read these text message exchanges. It said, hey, Shari, I'm a bit upset. Kaylee just told me, I guess it's the mama, you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have checked with me before doing something like this. This was a moment I was looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a minute so we could talk about this, talk about boundaries? And then she responded and said that won't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and I agreed, that I could do it. So, and then the mama responded and said, are you freaking kidding me? He said yes. Kidding me. Yeah. And then she said, yes. And he said he would do this. Be bitter and upset about, and he said you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. And then the mama said, oh, really? All right. So mama said, yes, you are not even the wife yet. So, mama, you said she did overstep her boundaries. Wendy said, let that child wear a beginner's bra. Ha! Wendy, but did she overstep her boundaries, though, as the stepmama? Mama said that should have been a mother-daughter moment. Now, after reading the text message exchange, because at first I was going to say, what is the big deal? Like, okay, well, she took her bra shopping. But this, I guess, was the daughter's first bra, so she wanted to have that moment with her. Now, I'm not sure if that's her only daughter, you know what I'm saying, why she would be upset. Wendy said, okay, I understand the mom's viewpoint, but he is the dad. Ooh, I like this. We got differences of opinions today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I'm torn with this one. I kind of feel like she kind of did. Maybe I think all parties probably should have been involved. That's my answer. All parties should have been involved with this conversation. But again, before reading the text exchange, I would have been like, okay, what is the big deal? She took her bra shopping. But maybe this is her only daughter. Maybe that's why she's tripping about it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's something she wanted to share with her daughter. Mama said the dad should be having a conversation with the mom. I agree that the dad shouldn't have just said, yeah, it's okay. But maybe, again, and I do have some men on here, maybe in his head he didn't feel like it was a big deal. Like, okay, she took her bra shopping. What's the big deal? But the mama is like, okay, it's a big deal because, that was a moment I wanted to share between me and my daughter, not her and the stepmama. Baby Barack said, I agree. Some first-time experiences need to be had among parents and children. So you feel like this stepmama overstepped her boundaries. You feel like she crossed the line. She wants to know, is she wrong for the situation? Is she wrong? If I have any new folks, I'm going to go through this again. Today's topic, we need to know if the stepmama is wrong. Is she dead wrong, like the Biggie song said? Big, you're dead wrong. Mama said the fiance sounds like she wants a beat down. Oh gosh, mama. Why you got to resort to violence? Nah, I'm just joking, because normally I would go there with you. But, I know this is already going to be, it's going to be one of them relationships. Mama said that she's dead wrong. All right, so, discussions with Dee Parker today. I'm asking you guys, is the stepmama wrong? Did she overstep her boundaries? And she wrote, my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her when her father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then this is the text message exchange. Hey, Shar, hey, Tasha, welcome. Okay, before I get into the text message exchange, because we keep getting new folks that keep coming on here. We're talking about a stepmama. Is she dead wrong for doing this? Wendy said, love you, girl, maybe this week. And okay for the daughter. Okay, thank you, boo, for tuning in, Wendy. So I'm going to repeat it, and then we'll get back into the text message exchanges. So it goes like this. Is this stepmama, did she overstep her boundaries? Is she wrong for this? So she says, my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her when her father already gave the cosign. Am I wrong? And then I'm going to read these text message exchanges. And it says, hey, Shar, which is the mama, I'm a bit upset. Kaylee just told me you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have checked with me before doing something like this. This was a moment I was looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a minute so we can talk about this boundary? And then the woman responded, the lady who just wrote this letter said, that won't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and he agreed that I can do so. And then the mother responded and said, are you freaking kidding me? And he said, yes. And then she responded, yes. And he said you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. And then she said, oh, really? Okay. But she didn't have to add all that. The bitter. He said you would do this, be bitter. That's just, you just creating drama by doing stuff like that. Mama said future stepdaughter, future wife, but neither yet. Right. So y'all do feel like she did overstep her boundaries when it comes to the stepdaughter. And again, I was on the fence about this until I read the messages, and it seemed like this mother, I kind of feel bad, really wanted to share that moment with her daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if this is her only daughter and that's why she wanted to share that moment. But if that was her only child, then, hold on, I'll go back up, Mama. If that was her only daughter, then, you know, she's not going to get another opportunity. Mama said father already knew it was going to be an issue, so why would you go there? Did he though? Hold on, I got sneeze. Excuse me, y'all. This cold ain't no joke. Did he though? Because you know how some men play. You know what I'm saying? Did he though? You know what I'm saying? Did he know that this was going to be an issue or whatever? Because you know some men are oblivious to things like this. Like, maybe he didn't realize that this was like such a big deal, that it was that important, you know what I'm saying? But this future stepmama, future wife, I think, you know, she should be a little more respectful. But then again, I don't know the back relationship between her and this other woman. So then I can't really comment because I don't know what their back relationship is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if, because the way she was talking, in the text messages, talk about yes, and he said you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. Like, Mama said she said the father knew it would piss her off. Well, yeah, because I just read it again. He said yes, and he said he knew you would be bitter. So you're right, Mama. He knew it would be a problem. Tasha said, baby, I have a mouth full. Come on, Tasha. Come on to the chat if you want to. You are always welcome to join the chat. They Watts? What that mean? What that mean, lady? They Watts. What that mean? Because maybe I missed the joke. I don't know what that mean. Oh, what the WYT? Okay, what the WYT? Yeah. Yeah, she said yes, and he said you would do this, be bitter and upset. That's why I'm like, should you be talking to like because this is only adding fuel to the fire. I'm just saying, and now you feel like you don't even have to have a discussion. I don't know. I think as a mom, I would be upset as well. YT, no, they black. This girl look black. I mean, at least her thing do. I mean, it could be a burner account. You know, people do that. You know, have burner accounts. So, but yeah, I don't know. This is just one of those situations. Again, like I said, I was like, okay, what's the big deal? She took her bra shopping. But this is a first time experience. And like Baby Barack, it's things that, you know, you just don't do. You know, as a stepmom, a bonus mom, there's things that I wouldn't take away. I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Take my boyfriend's daughter bra shopping. I would leave that up to his mother, to his baby mama to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's her only daughter. Like, you know, she wanted that experience with her daughter. Oh, yeah, she was too nice. But she cut off the text messages, so I don't really know what she said. I don't know all what she said because she might have got with her and the fiance only cut off one part of it. But still in all, you know what I'm saying? Clearly you see that this is bothering the woman. Why would you antagonize her? You know what I'm saying? She's not wrong for how she feels. That is her daughter and she wanted to experience that moment with her. And she has absolutely every right if she wanted to experience that moment with her daughter. The crazy thing is, I don't know why people make you feel bad about how you feel about things. Like, no, she feel like that. That's how she feel. You know what I'm saying? What the father should have did was, I don't know if somebody already said it, what the father should have did was run it through the mother to see if it was okay. You know what I'm saying? And then proceeded from there. You don't just make that call and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to, take my daughter, bra shopping. You know what I'm saying? And like mama said, you are not a wife yet or a stepmama yet. You still in fiance role. So, mama said she should have had a conversation with him, not her. No, that's what I said. I said the father should have had a conversation with the mother, not the stepmama. You think that the stepmama and the mama should have had a conversation? Because for real, I don't even think, I don't know. I just don't like when people overplay their positions. You know what I'm saying? And again, like you said, mama, she's not even a wife yet or a stepmama yet. You haven't even jumped the broom yet. And you already talk about, oh yeah, and he said you would act like this, bitter and upset. Like, it'd be things like that, right, da. All right, I'm gonna run this back if I got any new folks. Discussions with Didi Parker. Welcome. YouTube, like, follow, subscribe. What up, Twitch? What up, IG? All right, so is this stepmama wrong? And a lot of the folks in the comments been saying she's wrong. So my fiance's ex, come on, Tasha, come to the party. Hold on. Hold on. I want to bring her in, and then. Hey, Tasha, girl. I like those braids.
Hey, my peoples.
I like those braids. Those are cute.
Thank you.
All right, Tasha. So let me run it back, and then you said you got a mouthful, so I can't wait to hear this because I know you're gonna be in this situation eventually. Right. So is the stepmother wrong? My fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter. Not the little troll. Specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity and confronting me about what the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her. The father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then hold on, Tasha, I want to read these messages. And then it says, hey, Shar, I'm a bit upset. Kaylee just told me you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have had checked with me before doing something like this. This was a moment I was looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a moment so we can talk about this boundary? And then the future stepmama said this won't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and I agreed that I can do so. And the mother said, are you freaking kidding me? And he said, yes. And then the soon to be stepmama said, yes. And he said, you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. And then she replied, oh, really? Okay. And mama said, mother should have contacted the father. All right, Tasha, girl, let us have it, girl.
So I have 3 girls.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 boys. So I feel like, so who wrote the letter? Stepmom wrote the letter to you?
No, so this is not to me. This was on social media. I saw this.
Media.
So, yes.
Stepmom wrote the letter.
Yes. Asking if she's wrong.
You know she wrong. She dead wrong.
Okay.
And it's not a matter of, so in my opinion, of course it goes for me as a mom. you first, when you're dealing with other people's kids, the first thing first is you put yourself in that parent's
Yeah.
shoes. You know what I mean? How would you feel if another woman did something like that and it was your child? And also, there has to be a lot of clarity when you blending families. This
Yeah.
one thing I this is one thing I set the record for me and my ex-husband before he even started dating someone. I let it be known these are our children at the end of the day. These are our children. And you should have enough common sense to know when you are blending families, there are boundaries. It doesn't matter who you are becoming. There are going to be boundaries when the parents are involved. And it's a completely different story if the mother or the father is not active in the
Right.
child. And that goes without saying. But for the man to try to be messy and add his little tidbit about, oh, she's gonna be bitter, it's just it's his fault too,
Mhm. Mhm.
because he shouldn't have set that tone. Oh, she's gonna be bitter about it. You're setting, and the woman, the to be the fiance,
Yeah.
if you are not recognizing these red flags before you say I do, you are setting yourself up for years. I don't know how old the kids are, but I'm thinking teenage age. You're
Yeah.
setting yourself
She
up.
was 12.
You're setting yourself up for some real drama for years, because you have a parent, the father, that is not going to be compassionate or understanding or have your back as the other parent and set boundaries for the incoming parent.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then you have it seems like he's going to gaslight the fiance into doing things that's purposefully going to tick off the mama.
Right. Hurtful to the
Yeah.
mama.
You doing
Right.
spiteful stuff. And again, at the end of the day, it's gonna piss off mom. And but what are you really taking from? You're taking from the child. It's
Right.
going it's gonna set a seed, it's gonna plant a seed in this child. As the child grows, they're going to recognize stuff, they're gonna realize stuff. You setting yourself up for failure with communication with your child and the other parent. You setting yourself up for drama between your ex-wife and your wife. Like, you have to be so careful when you are blending families, even when someone is bitter, even when somebody is, again, I can hate my husband to the end of time, but the kids won't feel that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Right.
And that's one thing, and it's a difference when, so we've had circumstances where I have spoke to the other fiance, and I told her directly, because we're adults, we should be able to talk. One of the things I said to her was, hey, if you're gonna pull up with him to pick up the kids, you need to speak.
Hello.
Establishing respect is the first grounds of building respect for each other and building a relationship as mothers. That should be common sense. It just shows me what you was or wasn't taught when you was coming up.
Right. Respect. It's a respect thing.
And then it's a different thing. Like, I've told their father, when the girls come back to me, and two of them are too young to do their hair, what is she doing? And I do know hair is very sensitive, so I know a lot of people don't like other people touching their kids' hair, but I'm not one of those people. I feel like I'm a mother that is for serving my child. If my child is in need at the moment, like having a period, if she so happens to start her period while she's with you, I do want you to reassure her of all of those feelings that she's experiencing in that moment.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna tighten up on the back end. Serve
Mhm.
my child in the moment when it's needed. And yeah, that wasn't something that was as heavy as starting a period. But abroad, you also got to pick your battles for both women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baby, the baby came and asked me to take her bra shopping. Okay, let me text her mom. Hey, Tutu want me to take her bra shopping. Do you want to go, or you want me to wait for you, or something like that? It's really that simple. You have to build a relationship with the other person that's responsible for your child.
But
You
you know,
have,
too, Tasha, sometimes these kids can be sneaky, and she is 12. Her
mhm,
mama might have told her, hey, Maurice, hey, Marcus. Her mama might have told her she can't have a bra yet. And,
that's,
and might asked Daddy, can we go bra shopping? And
mhm.
mama might have been like, you're not ready for no bra. I'm not ready for you to have a bra.
And
So,
all could have been prevented if the woman was woman enough to communicate with the mother. And
right.
that's the thing. You take a man's word. Granted, it's your man. If you don't have steady conflict and disagreements with this woman, you shouldn't have no problem addressing this woman, communicating this woman, especially when you have her child. You have her child. The way I parent may be different from the way you parent. And I don't want to traumatize this child. I also don't want to set a tone that makes this child feel like I'm beefed out with her mama. You
Yeah.
know, I'm also not wanting to enter a marriage where the man is messy
Yeah.
and causing conflict between me and the mama.
Right.
So many things there.
Because the way she answered that, he said you would respond like this, bitter and upset. What? Because I'm going to need to check the tone. Let me check the tone.
And that's another thing. You're not even the wife yet. You're not obligated to these things. And that's not putting the child on the back burner, but right now you're not obligated to these things. So knowing how teenagers could be, you simply could have said, I'm gonna wait and let your mama do it. Let's see what your mama think about it. I'm gonna talk to your mama about it because again, I don't know if this woman have children. I don't know. Sometimes when you don't have children, your mind don't think to communicate as a parent. You know what I mean?
I,
So
and my boyfriend does, and I would never play my part. Like,
and that's the thing. She got a mama.
yeah.
The mama, you could have told the baby, and the same thing with her communicating with the man. If a man told me, yeah, you can do it, but she gonna be bitter about it. Well, I'm
I
a,
don't, that would have stopped me in my tracks right there. I
I'm gonna
would
tell her to let her mama take her shopping because that's a mama daughter thing.
yeah.
And if you tell me what size you like, then I can get you some cute things, or we can go, after your mama
After,
tell me it's okay.
right. Hold
Yeah.
on. Read some comments. What up, Mr. Awesome on Twitch? He said, if I was a parent, I'd never take my daughter to buy her bra. Yeah, I don't think men want to do bra shopping. They don't. Mama said yes. My ex-boyfriend, baby mama, had a fit when I did his daughter's hair. Uh, went to court and told the judge she didn't want me doing her daughter's hair. Judge said, "Are you serious?" Hey, Auntie. Hey, Mr. Cannon. Hey, Tasha. Hold on. Let me run this back because we do got some new folks on here. Is this stepmama wrong? Is what we're talking about? Did she overstep her boundaries? So she wrote in, not to me, but on social media, and said, my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity. I learned that word not from my old folks. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her when her father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then there's some text exchanges. We'll get into those in a second. But Tasha's saying she is dead
Yeah,
wrong.
you dead wrong, girl. You know better, girl. And just like your mom said about doing the hair, when it came to my
I
girls
was gonna ask you that.
and their hair, my girls have different hair. One has loose barrel curls, one has tight coils, the other one has wavy straight hair. And my point is, if you are not sure how to do this type of hair, then say that. If you do feel confident enough, do her hair. Don't be over there with my baby letting her walk around looking crazy.
Ah!
Don't send my baby back home looking crazy, dirty, filthy, hungry.
I ain't
Don't
gonna.
do that because you're going to piss me off even more.
So, did you have a conversation with her? Does she do the hair now?
First, when she first came over here, she was sitting in the car. I walked outside, to meet him to exchange the kids, and we have to exchange the little ones because they're little. We have to be face to face to exchange the little ones, not just like sending the big ones out.
Right,
Um,
right.
Sitting there, so I just so happened to glance and she's sitting there. So I, hello, you gonna pull up? And I said, hey girl, it's absolutely free to be polite and show manners. So if you're gonna come over here with him, the least you could do is speak. I told him the least you can do is introduce us if I have to see her. So, and that's just bare minimum. And then it was a few times later they came back. They get out the car dirty, hungry, hair nappy. Matter of fact, they get out the car in the same clothes I sent them in on Friday. It's Sunday night.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I looked at him and I said, I know you fucking lying. I said, have you been in these clothes all weekend? And he was like, well, kids, I've been working and stuff like that. And I said, what has she been doing? He was like, I didn't want you to trip. You know how you are about Gracie's hair and, Zoe's tender headed and all of this. And I looked at him and I said, look, it ain't nothing to slap some moisturizer on their hair. They have, they just like you had your hair, slap some moisturizer on there out or something. The girls don't have a difficult grade of hair where it's just absolutely unmanageable. You know what I'm saying? Slap some, do something with it. Throw a hair bow on it. Throw a hairband in it. Make it look like something. Then they dirty. Like, what is going on? And I asked him, I said, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Because if she's not willing to take care of your children, her hoo-ha must be dirty too.
Uh-oh. But hold on, Tasha, because you do have hey DJ do it. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what we're talking about because we won't the question today is did this stepmom overstep her boundaries? But before I lose my train of thought, uh let me say this to Tasha because you do have some stepmamas, and I believe K Michelle just came out and said she is not playing. Hey, Beauty Bless. K Michelle just came out and said she's not playing. Hey, Auntie, she's not playing stepmama to nobody's children. I think that's one of the reasons why she said she broke up with a guy because of his children. And I do know some folks married who are like, if I'm not dealing with your kids. I already raised my I already raised my kids. Don't want nothing to do with the kid.
And that should be a red flag. That
Hey,
should be a big red flag. I have that problem with my own brother. He's dating a girl that has completely demanded every moment of his attention to the point where he's not showing up for his kids before her. And that's a problem. If you're going to be with a partner that have children, to some extent, you have to accept and be a part of those children's lives. They got to see you.
hold on, Tasha.
And
Let
that
me.
you have to pull up and be the parent, but you have to be willing to step in and build a bond and build a relationship with those kids. And that's kids of a certain bracket. If we grown and I'm grown and the kids are grown, I really don't have to deal with your kids.
This kid's not grown. Hold on, because we got some new folks, and I want them to know what we're talking about. All right, did this stepmama overstep her boundaries? And thank you, Tasha, for joining today. So the lady, she did not write into me, but she did. I saw this on social media. She said my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity and confronting about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why should I have to discuss this matter with her when her father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then text message exchanges. It says, "Hey Shar," which is the stepmama. "I'm a bit upset. Kaylee, this is the mama talking. Kaylee told me you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have checked with me before doing something like this. This was a moment I'm looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a moment so we can talk about this boundary? And then the stepmama said, this wouldn't be necessary. This won't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and I agreed that I can do so. And then the mama wrote, are you freaking kidding me? And he said, yes. And then the stepmama said, yes. And he said, you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. And then she said, oh, really? Okay. All right. So is this stepmama out of pocket? Tasha said the stepmama is out of pocket, but there is, and I'm not going to say no name, there is a woman that I know who is married um to she's older, her husband is younger, and he has a younger child, and she said the same thing that the mother, because she's like, doing I'm not doing her, I'm not, that's his child, like I'm not touching anybody else's child's hair. But the mother was like, well, how come she's not doing his hair? And she was like, that's not my responsibility, that's not my kid, that's his kid. And I guess they went into the marriage, they communicated, so they have their thing. What I'm saying? And I just said that K Michelle said too. What I'm saying? She ain't raising nobody else's kids. I want to see if I could pull up that her where she said talk about
And,
children.
I really don't see a problem with that. If you go into that understanding and all parents have that understanding, then mama, you need to braid up your kids' hair, make sure their hair done. Make sure they have everything they need for the dad to provide for the kid while he's in her care. I mean, the kid is in his care. If you know the woman is not going to help. Now, for me, that's weird. I don't want to be with a man that has to take care of his children, and the child feels like they can't come to me for anything. The child feels like they can't ask me for nothing. They can't bond with me. I won't do nothing for them. That's just when you blend in family. I guess that's just my old school values. You blend the family and you become a provider for that child. So yes, children needs to be taken care of. Children sometimes need that. Sometimes the man need guidance. A lot of times, boys are easy, girls are different. I've seen a guy, one of my friends, do his child hair, and I said, "No, sir, bring me that baby.
Ah!
Go out in public with that baby looking like that. No." And the mama was like, "Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. He don't know what he's doing. He trying though." And
But
so that's a conversation that got to be had before you start blending your family. And when you got a messy man like that, that for the person going into that situation, you really better evaluate what you're getting yourself into, because he's the common denominator here. He shouldn't be adding fuel to the fire.
right, not I agree with you on that. He should not be adding fuel to the fire. He should have been dealt the one to de-escalate that situation.
Yeah,
Say, what I'm saying? Hey, let me talk to my ex-wife first, and it's good with her. But he knew when the daughter brought it, like, hey, can one of you take me bra shopping? And then she agreed. He knew, he was like, oh, this is probably going to be a problem. But you know what, Tasha? Men sometimes I feel like can be a little airheadish. So did he know it would be a problem?
he know it would have been a problem because he said it's going to be a problem. Now, if he would have said, yeah, that's cool. If he wouldn't have added that little 2 cents that, oh, she's going to be bitter about this, that makes me feel like you wanted to cause some type of conflict. You wanted to do something to one up your baby mama, to, just to tick her off. Now, if he would have said, yeah, that's no problem, that's cool, we'll go do it, you and such can go do that, that's fine. He still should have, if he didn't realize it, he still should have been the one to intervene and said, hey, that's my bad. She asked me and I told her it was okay. I really didn't, I didn't mean to, have her step on your toes like that. I didn't think to ask you because she came and asked me. It could have been that simple, and it could have been, that's how he would have had genuine intentions. But because he put his little 2 cents in, oh yeah, this gonna make her bitter. And she didn't have to say that shit either. Because now as a mom,
Exactly.
you telling me, oh, okay, it's not just you. He is gaslighting you to act this way. So he's gonna continue to enable you to do things to trigger me.
Mm. Hold on, Tasha. I want to play because I found this K Michelle clip, and Mama says I agree with with you, Tasha. I didn't want to come out. I agree with Tasha. He met. Hold on, let's see if I can play it. Hold on. Back and forth about that, and then I started dating another man. I told him, well, if you won't do it, I'm just gonna go get another one. So I got another man, and we dated a long time. He was great on paper, you know, great, code, great, look good, all of that. And I realized I would never be a stepmother to his kids. You know what? You always gonna say something to make me want to jump. I don't want to do that. What you mean? What's wrong with the man kid? I mean, at least you're honest. And I've fought so hard for peace. I fought a long time. Now listen, before y'all try to come at her in these comments, because I know how to feel. I know you don't. And I just think. At least she's honest. She's like,
Hey, say it up front. That's okay. Say it up front. Have a clear understanding. Like she said that up front, we went our separate ways. Bam. Problem solved.
Is it okay to be in a relationship with somebody and you might not necessarily like their kids though? Like you want to be with that person, but you don't want nothing to do with their kids. Like the situation I was telling you. Is that okay?
It's a problem because you can't I mean you got to pick your battle right there. You can't stand the children. That's the problem I'm having with my brother. He's dealing with this woman. She talking about she don't want the kids around. She don't want him spending no extra money. She don't want no extra money going out the house. So he's not going to football games no more. He's not buying the little stuff that he used to buy for them. Hey dad, can you give me these cleats? Hey dad, my football gloves got a hole in it. Can you give me some more gloves? And it's not a matter of child support. It's showing up for the kids. You know what I mean? He used to do that. This girl stepped in and now they not even going over there because it's a problem. She completely got an attitude, talk crazy to the kids, mistreat the kids when he's over there, when the kids are over there around her. And I told him, you about as dumb as they come. Ain't no way.
Are they married, Tasha?
Huh?
Are they married?
They're not married. It'll
No.
never be that good. It'll never be that good. Never.
No, you shouldn't be doing that. They're not even married. That's crazy.
And the not even baby kids. You know, my nephew's not baby kids. They old enough where, you know, they 16 and 11. They on you put them on auto.
Right. They self-sufficient.
The food in the house, they on
right.
autopilot.
Auntie said some people aren't built for that, and there are others where after some false starts, it can work. Babe Self-Secure said the kid's that damn bad, and Auntie said, oh, that's not right. Some kids are bad. Some kids are bad. These kids
are bad. Some kids are bad. I had an experience dating a guy. The daughters was smoking weed, having sex in public places. I said, no, your children can't be around my children. I'm sorry. The way you parent is not something I want exposed my children exposed to. No. You nice, you sweet, you fine. But bye.
So Tasha, I know I asked this, but I gotta ask it again. Is the woman doing your daughter's hair now?
Oh no, I keep it braided up. I keep her
so hair. That you ain't gotta worry about it.
No, because you really gonna trigger me. You doing stuff you want to step in and be this and be. To me, this the impression I get. She want to step in and be this and that in front of him when he's looking.
Oh, but when
he's looking, when he's around, she want to do the breakfast and we gonna do the picture. She want to do all that when he's looking. When he's on the road and you know or when I'm saying not on the road but working late, when he's working late or whatever, is My son is calling me, asking me how to hook up his game. Girl, get the hell up and plug the game in for the child. It's not that hard.
Oh my
Being,
God.
being
Oh,
sorry. No, for him, because you think you finna get in that bankroll. Again, I done been there and done that, girl. You lucky to get a meal out of this boy.
it is tricky when you are blending families though. Like when you guys both move on and you both get married and you both have to blend families, because then you have to worry about how the step parent is going to now treat your children, your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because people crazy out here. Hold on, let me run it back again, Tasha. Thank you again for joining Discussions with DT Paka. So we've been talking about this stepmama. The question today is, was this stepmama out of pocket? Did she overstep her boundaries? She wrote, not into here, but she wrote on social media and said, my fiance ex-wife recently contact my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me, because that didn't come out right, expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance had previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity in confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon to be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her when her father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? And then the text thread read, "Hey, Shar, I'm a bit upset. Kaylee told me you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have checked with me before doing something like that. That was a moment I was looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a moment so we can talk about this boundary?" And the soon to be stepmama responded and said that won't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and he agreed that I can do so. And the mom said, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And he said, "Yes." And then the soon to be stepmama said, "Yes." And he said, "You would do this, be bitter and upset about it." And then she said, "Oh, really? Okay." And then they got cut off because I don't know what else she said, but I hope she went in. Mama said, "Don't be with a man or woman who has kids if you don't want to deal with kids. I would not date a man with young children because I don't want to deal with young kids anymore."
It's that simple. Don't you, especially if you're not a parent or you have been a parent. If you've been a parent, you know everything that goes with raising a child, and you put yourself first. What would I do if this was my child and the situation was reversed? And also, just you know how to pick and choose what crosses the line and what doesn't cross the line. That, I mean, I just feel like a lot of that is common sense. It's common sense. You can't tell me no different. It is common sense. And if you don't have enough common sense to realize that this man is trying to create some trouble between you and this woman, then you stupid. You deserve everything you finna get from that mama. And she gonna fire you up too.
But Tasha, I don't know, because there's always a backstory. So I don't want to jump to conclusions and
If
say, "Oh,
there's
I'm on the
backstory,
mama, I'm on the mama side," because what if this mama was antagonizing this fiance? I don't
if
know the backstory.
if there is a backstory, the fiance should know and have enough common sense that I am not a permanent fixture yet. So
Yeah, she should be playing her position.
you
See,
need to play your position right now.
I don't try to. I let when my boyfriend's daughter's here, I let him handle, because I'm like, I don't want to overstep my boundaries in no way. You know what I'm saying? At
But
all.
that's why it's important when you blend in families, and a lot of people don't do this. You know, it's in a lot. It's in a lot of. It's not even a racial or cultural thing. Everybody around the world do it. It takes a big person, a really mature person, secure person, a real genuine person to understand that we need to be on the same lines of communication. And he know that. He know there is nothing that's going to happen, that I am not going to run by you first.
Right.
And he also know it's a lot of stuff, whether I like it or not, that my kids are going to relate to you. So it's not like he's walking on ice, but you got to know how to conduct yourself as a person. I mean, as a parent. You know the kids are watching your every move. You should have enough respect for the person that you slept with and had children with to understand that this is our children, you know. And then it really is a personal preference on what you deem a special moment. Like for me, I'm not as nitpicky about first time things. I
Would
care
that would
for
you be mad though if your ex husband's fiance took, like, say you had a teenage daughter right now and she wanted to go bra shopping? Would you be mad at her if she took her bra shopping?
no, because I know my child's taste.
Okay.
We're not going to the dollar store, baby. Go run up that check. It's not out of pocket. Thank you. Thank you, girl. You gotta I
I ain't got to pay for it. I ain't.
appreciate it. That's part of it. That's part of no, and like I said, everybody is different. But me, I stand on the value of serving my child, making my child happy, adding that value and happiness to her life when she's with you. Have that experience with her. You know, you are also gonna be her mother. I'm gonna tell you what kind of mother I've been, and I'm
Mm.
gonna tell you what boundaries I have for my child. And then, you know, I would hope that you can lean into my ways and be the type of mother that I am to my child. I'm not going to deprive my child from creating that bond and that love with her stepmother. And I don't know if I don't know if I would feel differently between a girlfriend and the wife. But in the matter of it being the wife, yes. Yes, girl, you need to do that. I shouldn't be still parenting my child to a certain extent. I shouldn't be still parenting my child over here when it's your turn. It's your turn. Don't call me unless blood.
So you would definitely give her the right to do what needs to be done, which means disciplining your kids as well, right?
Disciplining, yes, you discipline a child because my children are taught to have respect and manners wherever they go, it goes with them everywhere. Now if my child come home and tell me that there is something visibly wrong, like you have abused her and went too far with the discipline, it's on site and that's understood from day one. And so again, I'm giving you that pass as a mother to a mother. I'm giving you that pass. I'm welcoming you into the family because I talked to his mama and his sister and his brother and his cousin. I'm just a part of the family as you are about to be. We need to be on the same page when it comes to our kids. If I have a problem with something, I'll talk to you about it. I'm not shy about communicating,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to our kids. If there is something that I identify ahead of time and I say, oh, girl, like I told him, don't have that gay stuff around my child. I'm telling you now. Do not have nothing funny influencing the kids. You live your life. Do not impose your extracurricular activities on the kids. You know, let them have, you know, the chance to grow up and make their own decisions. That was just my main rule with him. Do not impose your extracurricular activities on the kids.
And
You
what did he say to that?
huh?
What did he say to that when you said that to him?
It ain't even like that, man. Come on. All right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh boy.
I see, but you know, it is different. Like your mama say, if this is her only baby, then you are going to absolutely want
Yeah,
all
all the moments.
experience
Yeah.
to be, you know, between you and your child. But again, you pick and choose your battle. It she may have gotten the baby her first bra, but you are gonna be there for prom. You're gonna be the one. You pick and choose your battles. A bra is nothing to me. It's very insignificant compared to something heavier. And at the same time, I would appreciate if my child is comfortable enough coming to you about something like that, then okay, I'm cool with that. And I know my child. My child is absolutely gonna text me and ask me. But again, these are my kids. My kids are gonna text me and ask me permission first before they go ask their daddy.
But my thing is, what if she did ask the mama and the mama was like, it's not your time yet. And
Then
then he,
have
you see
the
what I'm saying?
one thing that I see wrong that the mama did in that situation was contacting, and I'm not saying that she didn't. Maybe she should have talked to the dad first.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
should the dad first.
And maybe she did.
If
And
on
we
his
just got,
petty, if he was
we,
on his pettiness, yeah, y'all can talk about it. Matter of fact, like I do, I'm gonna throw y'all in a group chat. We ain't finna lie and play the film.
ah! You said so we all got receipts up and talk.
Mm-hmm. We
Uh
finna group chat and talk about it. We can talk about it. And at that point, I need you to know. At that point, if it hadn't been understood, I'm gonna tell you now. These are things that I want to do. When you're doing certain things with the baby, please have enough decency to contact me first and loop me in, because maybe I wanted to do that with her.
right.
It's
Understood,
all
but
communication. It's very hard to blend a family when you got three funky ass attitudes.
exactly. I just said, but I think that first bra experience should have been discussed with the mom. And mama said the fiance was very condescending, just brushed her off like
Mhm.
say hear what you say. It was very
But
condescending.
see, mama, the man is setting that tone. The man is making it okay for the fiance to treat the ex-wife like that. He's the problem. He's the common denominator. Again, he's the problem. The women are going to treat each other the way he enables them and allow them to treat each other.
Say it again, Tasha, because it's all coming from him. Whatever lines he's feeding while they're pillow talking, because you know there's pillow talking going on
And
about.
she sounds immature. She sounds immature not to have just the bare respect
Yeah,
for mother. He said you would act this way. Wait, did I ask you what he said?
right. And to be so dismissive, like, nah, I don't need to have no conversation with you. You absolutely do, because baby, I'm about to pull up to your job if you
Yeah,
don't have a phone conversation, and
yeah,
we gonna have a face to face one. So it's yeah, because that's how I would
yeah.
that. Oh,
And I the same. I've had that situation with the hair, with a lot of first time things. A guy that I dated, his daughter was just so afraid of her mother. When she would get in trouble at school and they say, call your mama, she would call me. And so I had to have that conversation with her mama. And her mama couldn't stand me, hated my guts. And there was another situation where she wanted me to braid her hair. And I said, your mama don't want me to do your hair, baby. I'm not gonna do that. And she just, what if I talk to my mama? So she went home that weekend, talked to her mama. Came back the following weekend. She called her mama, put her mama on speakerphone so we could talk. And we talked it out. And I was telling her, it's all good. If you don't want me to do her hair, is fine, but I'm not going to do something to upset you. Your baby asked me to braid her hair because I braid my girl's hair.
yeah,
And I don't mind doing it for her. And so me and her mom talked about it, and she was like, okay, that's fine.
yeah, okay.
Got to be big enough to take that step. But if you just gonna go off of what he said, well, he's not being a leader if he's gonna have y'all at each other's throat.
I like yes, absolutely, Tasha. Because don't we always talk about these men talk about they want to be leaders?
You
This is
want to
not
lead?
yeah.
Then fix it. Fix this.
This is not leadership qualities right here. At all. I agree.
This
Auntie said,
is
absolutely,
reality.
Tasha. Mama said, I agree, Tasha. He sounds bitter. And he might be the bitter, upset one. Low key, why you playing?
Mm-hmm.
He might be the bitter, upset one. Um, Again, I'm not a mommy, but this it's so many scenarios that this could be. It could be her first time child. It could be she told the girl no, she can't get a bra right now. It's so many scenarios that could be with this situation. I just wish that the dad would have been grown enough to have a conversation with the mother first about it,
And
and all of this could have been avoided.
that's a red flag. Girl. You setting yourself, the fiance, you setting yourself up for failure if you don't recognize what he's actually doing.
And but
You got
other
your back. You think
too,
he's
so
it's not that good. Trust me, it'll never be that good. I don't care if you Mandingo. It'll never be that good for you to sacrifice your self-respect, your manners, your values, a lot of your common sense. Come on now. At
But
the end of
Tasha,
the day, you a woman. You're a
other,
woman. Mother.
there's gonna be other things too that they're if they get married, you know what I'm saying, and this little girl is gonna be a part of her life, there are going to be other things that they're going to have to get through. So a conversation clearly does need to be had. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe the mama does have things, boundaries. Like, I don't want you doing X, Y, and Z, with my daughter. And she has the right to feel that way because she's the mama.
I mean, she's the mama, but check it out. You can't, when you have a bitter mama, and I've seen them, baby, when you go out of your way to make this other parent as miserable as possible,
Mm-hmm.
your child is visiting that parent. What does that say about you? Because, the mom does have a right to her feelings. She have a right to be mad. That doesn't mean she's not one of these bitter ex-wives
You're right.
not going to allow you to move on and have just a clean, happy life. I don't.
Right.
I do got a man. I don't care if I am happy. You're not gonna be happy. You're
You
not gonna have a happy home over there with my kids over there. It's women that's like that. But
there are. There are.
now
There right. You're right.
you
You're
are
right.
not damaging the people. You're damaging the children.
And see, they playing devil's advocate right now, Tasha. What if mom is jealous of the stepmama and the relationship she might have with the stepdaughter? That could be a thing too. Why she's over here sending text messages like, you
I
know what I mean?
I doubt it, because if a child has to come to me and ask me for a bra, and I do agree to take you to a bra, then to get a bra, then you got chi-chis. You need, it's time for a bra. I'm not gonna buy a bra for a prop. So it it just really there. Like you said, she cut off the text messages. You don't really know how it ends, but if
No.
a child has to come, where are you at in life as a mother if you haven't recognized and are already proactive to your child's body changes? I'm prepared for that. Not just because, when I just had Maya, and Maya has a 5-year jump on all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I, Maya was 5 before I had Gracie May. So,
Okay.
I, with Maya, yeah, I was prepared for everything, and she was the only granddaughter for so long. It had became a habit to be prepared, have everything, have things stocked up. So when you if your child has to come to you and say that they need something, as a mom, yeah, you know when it's the right time. But if your daughter has to go outside of the house to ask them for something I think is a necessity, then you should have already been prepared for that. She
Mm,
should have already had that talk with her daughter, about, oh, your body's changing. It's your daughter should already be wearing training bras, or maybe that's just me. My kids, my second daughter, she's wearing training bras and sports bras, and it's not because she's showing and developing. It's to train her to have that mentality
okay.
of putting on undergarments, you know what I mean? Having on undergarments, even as just being flat chested, your nipples get hard and it shows through a thin shirt. So,
Mm-hmm.
you when you raising a little girl, you are already should already be training her to recognize body changes. And as a mom, you should be prepared for when them changes come along. So, it could have been a matter of maybe the little girl was in training bras and she want a big girl bra. She want a padded bra. She want to go to pink or something.
Okay, so I guess my last question is, because I know we've been talking, fellas, about the bras, but how would you feel if another like man talked to your son about sex? Would it be a big deal? Would you be mad at that man if he talked to your child about sex? If it was their stepdad or a fiance or somebody who was about to be the stepdad, would you have a problem with him talking to your son about sex? So, because those are conversations, right? Even though I don't remember getting the birds and the bees talk. I'm gonna be real with you, but
Oh,
I.
I got out, and it was not nice.
Oh.
You better not be effing.
Yeah, no, I can't recall that
For
time.
for the longest, my great grandmother had me thinking, growing up, thinking that kissing gets you pregnant. So I was just like,
Yeah, you
uh.
said right. I remember having talks with my mom about things, but I guess that was the birds and the bees talk. Anyway, all right, Tasha, what are your final thoughts today? Good conversation.
My final thoughts are to please know who you getting in these relationships with. Please, as a victim, Lord, I was a victim. Please know who you are getting married to. Have some common decency just as a person. Figure out the titles later. Have some common decency as a person. Oh, my maintenance guy here. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Tasha. All right, my final thoughts are I like that. And communication, like we always say, communication and comprehension. But communicate, especially. See, I'm a bonus mom. I would never overstep my boundaries. I let him handle that. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes some of these step parents kind of do overstep their boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Let the parents handle their children. Okay? That's their children. Those are my final thoughts. Anyway, thank you guys. Twitch, YouTube, IG. YouTube, you already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. We may come on a little bit early tomorrow because I have a 2:30 meeting. But if we don't, it'll be a short live tomorrow. But appreciate y'all. See you mañana.